Welcome. Welcome to today's session. And today we're going to look at or get into all those little areas that we tend to back away from. And what happens is that, for example, when you get really stressed or you've been sitting at a desk all day and you end up, you're kind of walking home like that. And what happens is that we sort of either do something like that, but we're just moving the areas that are already loose, and we're not really exploring into those kind of ouch areas that we really, that where this stuff is stuck. And that when you're practicing yoga or whatever you're doing, and you feel that, see that as a good thing. See that as an opportunity when you get that, to let that go, to breathe into it and have a kind of sense of, rather than a, You see that difference? Relaxing into it, getting tight, getting more tension about it. And this is a reflection of our lives, really, that when problems come, our first reaction is very often to back away from it and think, oh no, rather than thinking, oh, look at what's happening right now. And how can I use what's happening as a way to move forward, as a vehicle for transformation? Instead of always thinking that problems are problems and that they are something that is stuck, rather than thinking about that, look at those things, just like those aches and pains, as a way to release, find more flexibility and move forward. And we're going to start from the head, from the neck. So our heads, if you just tap your head like this, just gently tapping your head like that, and that might feel quite sensitive around here. Moving around the head, coming into the forehead, between the eyeballs, around the face, underneath the eyes, and just exploring the sensitivity of that. And then bring your hands, like a basket like this, around the back of the head, and the elbows are pointing forward, and make sure that you're sitting up nice and straight as you bring the chin into the chest. Inhale fully. When you inhale, the ribs expand, and when you exhale, the chin comes in a little bit deeper. Inhale fully. And if it feels good to exhale through the mouth, through that 5 times. Inhale fully. Exhale through the mouth. All the way down. Once again, inhale fully. Exhale fully. Just bring the chin in a little bit deeper, using the hands and the elbows to weigh it down. Inhale fully again, moving into the ribs. Exhale fully. And slide the hands around the head and lift the head up to center. And bring the right hand slides over the head, and it takes the hand on the ear. And then you're going to draw the right ear down to the right wrist, right shoulder, not the wrist. Making sure that the head doesn't fall forward like this and this, that it goes directly towards the shoulder. And you might feel something coming down this arm as you extend that arm away. Again, breathing into the side ribs. Inhale fully, exhale fully. Inhale, broaden the ribs. Exhale, this is number 2. Maybe even stretch that left hand away. Exhale, 3. Broaden the ribs, open up. Exhale, 4. Inhale through the nose. Broaden the ribs. Exhale, 5. And slide the hands around the side of the head. Bring the head gently back to neutral, and then slide the left hand over. Extend the right arm away. Left ear to left shoulder. Inhale fully. Exhale fully. Just be aware about your seating position, that you haven't just slightly leaning forward or rounding back, that you're still in a seated up there, and that the ear is traveling directly to the shoulder and the head's not rolling in front. The ribs open on the inhale. Four. Can it go a little bit further on? 5. Bring the hands back to the side of the head and bring the head up gently to the center. Release the arms out. Let's keep the arms out. Stretch through the fingertips. Inhale, exhale the chin in nice and tight to the chest. Inhale, keep the chin as tight into the chest as you can. As you look up and you look at the left middle finger, inhale, extend there. Exhale, bring the chin back into the chest. We're going to do the same side 5 times. Inhale, chin in tight. Lift the chin up. Look at the middle finger. Exhale, back down. Inhale. Just be careful those shoulders are not starting to hunch up like this. Keep sliding them down the back. Exhale. Inhale again. Expand those ribs. Look over. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Really keep the chin in nice and tight. Exhale back to center. Relax the arms. Chin is in the center. And then inhale, extend those wings out. You're drawing the chin up to the right and you're looking at the right middle finger. Exhale down. And then you're moving nice and slowly so you can really feel all the movement, the tension in the back of the neck. You don't need to get too technical about this kind of stuff, because I think it's fair to say you can feel it. Keep the chin in tight and then lift it up. 3, exhale down. Inhale up. And you might be even going, oh, I'm finding this quite tricky keeping my arms open. Exhale down. This is the last one. Inhaling up. Exhale down and let the hands rest down. Inhale fully, exhale fully, and then inhale the chin up to center. I'm sure that feels quite stimulated already. Then we're going to extend the arms out again. And we're going to cross the right elbow over the left and wrap those arms around to an eagle bind. You want to lift those arms up high so you can see that the back is nice and straight. Taking an inhale and extend the hands forward. Again, you're breathing into the ribs. Inhale fully. Exhale, slide the shoulders down the back. That's 1. Inhale again. Move the ribs and the shoulders. Exhale, slide them down the back. That's 2. Inhale, keep extending the elbows and the arms away so they're not resting on the boobs or the chest. 3. Inhale, exhale, 4. Inhale, exhale, 5, and then release the arms, circle the arms out wide again, and then gracefully bring them down. And we're going to go to the other side. So turning around, elbows out, wrapping the left over right, bringing the forearms around. Inhale, lifting the elbows up. Exhale, extending the hands away. 1. And if you feel like you'd like to go a little bit further, you can bring the chin into the chest. 2. 3. So we've got the chin into the chest. Make sure again that the shoulders don't start to tense and it becomes tense. Keep the shoulder sliding down back. 4. 5. Release those arms out nice and wide and then bring them down to the floor. Inhale again, extend the wings out. Exhale, rotating, pivoting around to the left. Right hand cups over left knee, and you bend that elbow as you rotate around, and the left fingers come down to the mat. Inhale. Don't be, I know it's tempting to look behind you, but just let the head follow the line of the chest, so that you're very aware about moving around here and here. That's the places that we want to get into. And you might be starting to feel some of the muscles in your back now. Inhale, exhale through the middle. Inhale, left hand over right knee, twist. Inhale, exhale, rotate, get deep. Move this area here around. This left elbow is bent as you're using it as a lever for rotation. Inhale and then exhale back through center. Let's give those arms and wrists a nice shake and then extend the wrists out. Inhale, exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's circle those wrists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend the arms out, connect the fingers as you roll over the pelvis. Inhale, open, and then as you roll back over, scoop the tail under, chin into chest. Inhaling, open. Exhale, scoop the tail under, chin into chest. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, open, 4. Exhale, you might feel that in your shoulders now. Inhale. Exhale. And this is the last one. Inhale. Exhale all the way down. Then we're gonna roll over our knees and we're gonna come to a tabletop. Whee! Moving any kind of blocks or cushions that you're sitting on. Tabletop. And of course, one of our favorites, cat and cow. Inhaling. Exhaling. Let's do that cleansing breath through the mouth. Bring the chin in tight. Inhale, rotating the pelvis, opening up the ribs, drawing the chest through, stretching the throat. Exhaling. 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale back to neutral. We're going to do another twist, another move for our shoulders. So you're in tabletop. You're going to twist and turn and look up at the right hand, take an inhale, and then you bring that right hand down and it slides underneath the left and sliding the right arm all the way so the right side of the shoulder comes down to the mat and the right side of the head is down to the mat. Walking the left fingers forward and just breathing there. Inhale and exhale. 1, 2. Breathing into these side ribs. Really focus on that. 3, 4, 5. Walk the hands in. Unthread the right hand. Look up at the right hand and then exhale the hand down. Let's go straight to the other side. Twist, turn, look up at the left hand. Inhale, exhale, we're bringing it down. We're threading the left hand through, it's going all the way to the right side. Bringing the left shoulder down, left side of the face down. Walk the right fingers forward, breathing there. 1, 2. Really leaning into that shoulder. 3, 4, 5. Walk those fingers in. Unthread the left hand. Twisting and turning, look up. Exhale back down. Let's do another set of cat and cow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Starting to feel better already. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then rolling up to kneel. Rolling up to kneel. Stepping the right foot out to the side. Side of the foot lined up with the side of the mat. So, pardon me. Bring the forearm onto that right thigh. So the forearm, this part of your arm, onto the thigh. With the left side, gently pressing down. Again, being careful that you don't start to lean forward. That if anything, you're slightly leaning back. Now you're trying to touch the ceiling with the left arm so that you're stretching from the left knee. Press down on the left knee gently on the mat so that you can feel that the whole of the left side is extending, lifting up. And then you're going to bring the bicep to the ear and stretch a little bit more. And that is really getting into here. These are all the stiff areas. And try not to back away from that stretch by softening it. Make it very dynamic so that your top arm is straight. And again, that breathing, predominantly breathing into the left rib. 2. Keep banana, it's a slightly banana on the left side. 3. So there's less leaning in the right and more extending through the left. 4. And on 5, we're going to windmill through what looks like a mini warrior 2. And we're going to bring the left fingers to the outside of the left thigh. We're going to do the same thing. So be careful that you don't start to lean there. Keep that on the fingertips and rather extend out here. Again, being careful you're not going forward. It might feel like you're even slightly leaning back so that you can come away from that. Again here. 3. Keep extending. Keep trying to touch the ceiling with the right arm. 4. And on 5, we're going to add a little bit of movement. Inhale through the center. Exhale, stretch. Inhale through the center. 1. 2. 3. 4. Now you're feeling the juicy bits. 5. Back to that mini warrior 3 and then back to neutral. Going to the other side, stepping the left foot out. So when you were doing that side and already now that you've swapped, you can feel this whole area around here that it tends to get not just stiff, but it becomes very immobile in some ways. Sitting where this everything sort of, that slouch position where this becomes very slouchy. And it gets to a point, if you're not careful, that this just becomes like a band of something around here, a bit like a rubber ring that you're wearing when you're a kid and learning to swim. You know, one of those rubber rings. And it just doesn't move. And by this very simple sequence, we can feel that we're actually moving that and creating some stimulation around there. And that will help with our overall mobility so that this part here doesn't become something that, and we end up kind of moving a bit like that. You're moving here, and you're moving down here, but you're not moving around here. And this is an area where you can see this is all your key organs, your liver, your kidney, your spleen, they're all located around there. So we want to keep that, get some energy in there. So again, forearm, and when you bring that forearm to the thigh, what you're not doing, my lovely friends, is to do this. You can see that whole side's collapsed. I'm just putting that form there for stability, and then I'm really feeling it here as I extend the right arm up, and that slight banana on that right side as you extend and stretch to the ceiling. And the more that you slightly put weight on that right knee and you slightly turn that into a banana shape, as you can see, and try to touch the ceiling. Inhale and exhale, 1. Inhale, trying to touch the ceiling. Exhale, extending over, 2. Constantly moving and breathing here, 3. Not backing away from it, 4. Making sure that you're leaning slightly back and not 4. 5. Windmilling through the center, fingertips to the outside of that thigh, extending the left arm over. 1. Breathing here now. 2. Constantly moving. 3. 4 and 5. We're going to windmill. Inhale through center. Exhale. 2. Inhaling through the center. Exhaling, extending. 3. It's juicy, isn't it? 4. And 5. Back to that mini warrior 2. Coming back to kneel, rotating around, and just coming into a nice gentle child's pose as you bring the seat back towards the heels. Maybe we bring the head down, or maybe you might even want to bring a cushion here. Put the elbows on the cushion and bring the forehead down. Making sure in your child pose that the back is nice and flat and it's not rounded in this kind of shape. You want to get the seat back as much as possible, forehead down. Breathing into those side ribs. 2. 3, relaxing the shoulders again. 4, and then on 5, we're slowly coming up, rolling around, and we're going to come to sit down, extend the legs out in front of you. Just going to activate the feet and stretch the back of the legs by bringing the toes towards you. Exhale them away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pointing, flexing. 1, 2, excuse me, my stomach's rumbling. Just a little tip. Do your yoga practice when your tummy's nice and empty. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You don't want to be doing these twistings and these stretches that we're done when this is all quite full. 9. It's very uncomfortable amongst other things. 10. And then we're going to just bring the soles of the feet together, but in this wide diamond shape like this. Relax the arms, chin into the chest, and just rolling forward. So we're not zipping the feet in like this. The feet are away and we're folding forward. And we're going to just let the head rest down. Give it a shake. Give the arms a shake so you feel quite loose there. You can see that the back is in its own gentle curve and you're breathing into those ribs again. And just let the head fall and relax. And you can really feel the ribs move. This breathing into the ribs will help you with your posture, with your overall flexibility, with relaxing that your nervous system when you're all those muscles are tense around the spine. It's not just physically and mentally, these things, they're not isolated. There's not a physical and then there's a mental. We'll deal with that, and then that you got to, you know, both of them are they're in a partnership here. And so when the spine is tight, it's a sign that there's something going on up there. So you've got to help these two things work together, and that, of course, is one of the magics of yoga. From here, let's roll up, because it finds this wonderful balance between the mind and the body, bringing them into alignment and creating some equanimity. Let's very slowly roll down, bring the knees into the chest. Take an inhale, and on an exhale you can bring the forehead into the knees. Head down, rolling the knees to the right first and looking around to the left. Again, twisting through that middle. Breathing all the way up to the collarbones and exhaling, relaxing 1. Inhale and exhale 2. 3, really get that area moving. 4, and relaxing the lower back. 5, let's bring the knees through center and let's get a nice little topple them over to the left, and you're looking right. Again, inhaling all the way up. 1, and just have this arm where it feels comfortable, if that's out there, down here, up there, wherever it is. 2, moving those ribs, feeling where are the areas that you could get that breath into to create space. 3, 4, and on 5, bringing the knees back to center. Let's get the forehead in a nice juicy squeeze, a nice little hug, and then exhaling, releasing the arms out, extending one leg along the mat and another. And let's have 5 nice breaths here. Inhale and exhale. 1. Inhale, a nice long exhale. 2. And when you're doing this, it's an opportunity to just notice what's happening around the body, how the areas that feel stimulated, feeling more actively relaxed, isn't it? 4, 5. Of course, you can stay there or bring the knees into the chest, roll over to one side, and coming up to sit. Sitting up here, you can sit on your little cushion or your brick, whatever feels good for you. Let's just take a moment to connect. Hands are resting on the knees. And take this time to really sit up, to be very aware of how you're sitting, and that the head, feeling a lot more relaxed, that neck, and the head feels a little bit lighter up there. And let's prepare for this day ahead with one Om. Let's inhale together. Notice the breath. Notice the movement of the ribs. And knowing that any time in this day when you're feeling anxious or things are starting to get on top of you and you feel that tightness start to come in, come back to this soft breathing, relax the ribs, and know that this short session to release that tension is available for you. Just pressing play. Thank you for joining me today. Hari Om.